So, enhancing your vocabulary is important. And today's session, we are going to see how various contexts help us to improve our vocabulary. I'll give you a simple example. Suppose you are watching the news. You have seen that, the news is coming and you are watching the news, something which is happening just now. A great leader is speaking in some part of the country or the world. Some meeting or some summit is going on in different parts of the world. You are watching this. Now, when you listen to the news, you have understood the meaning approximately. But suppose there are some words which you could not understand. You are only listening. You don't have the script in front of you. You are only listening. So, are you able to catch those words, or are you able to find the meaning of those words? This happens when we listen to the same thing again and again. When I was growing up, many, many years ago, we did not know, although we knew very good vocabulary, we did not know a word called scam. SCAM. Scam is to cheat people, scam is to deceive people. It is happening regularly now. So if you ask a small child, the child will immediately tell you that scam means something which one person is doing or a group of people are doing to cheat another person. You can see how vocabulary improves. This child does not have to look at the dictionary to find out the meaning, because you keep hearing the word scam in different contexts and you learn it. I'll give you another example. We had in geography, we learned the word tsunami. Tsunami is spelt with a T, although the T is not pronounced. We will do pronunciation classes later. But today I'm telling you that it is pronounced as tsunami. Now, we read it in a textbook. We didn't know what it was. We never used the word in our life. We knew the knowledge is there in the brain, but it is not there on our tongue. It is not there in our lips. So when tsunami came suddenly and it created havoc in many parts of the world, we learned, okay, this is what tsunami is. Today, if somebody says tsunami, we don't have to check the dictionary to understand what the word is. Therefore, if you keep listening to the same word again and again, you find that the word becomes very easy for you to understand. Or if you read the same word again and again in different books, in different newspapers, or in different, AI generated texts, you read these words. And first time you read it, you could not understand what the word is, but you did not check in the dictionary. You heard it 20 times in 20 different places. You could easily catch what the word was. Unless you do this, you are not going to improve your vocabulary. So when you start reading anything, recently I have uploaded a video on the benefits of reading. I have given you 6 books and I have told you about the 6 books. When you listen to what I have told you about the book, you might get some words which are difficult for you. Then, when you start reading those books, you might come across those words or those expressions, phrases, and sentences which I might have used. You are coming across it once in listening, then in reading. You keep reading the same thing again. The first time you read the book, you read it to enjoy its story. The second time you read it, you read it for vocabulary development. Remember that unless you develop your vocabulary, you will not be able to speak or write well. So, tomorrow morning, when you start reading your newspaper, I would recommend that all of you read an English newspaper, at least one column. You need not read the whole newspaper if you don't have time. Those of you who have time can do it. Others can read a little, one column, two, three paragraphs. When you read, what happens is that you start developing your vocabulary. If you're interested in sports, go to the sports page. Read about the sport which interests you, cricket or football or hockey or anything else. Then next day you again read. You will find similar vocabulary coming every day. Your vocabulary in the sports field becomes better. You improve your vocabulary. Suppose you're interested in politics. The first page of the newspaper is all political news. You want international news, or you want local news, or you want national news. Every day you will come across similar ideas in these, uh, you know, uh, newspaper columns. If you are sticking to a single topic, that's good. The editorial talks about some important issues. Now, if you read the editorial once, you will know what the burning topic of the day is. We call it as topical. Now you have a vocabulary word. Topical means relevant today or relevant at the present time. Topical. So if you read the editorial, you don't get news, but you get discussion on a topical item. And then you read it a second time, a third time, because the vocabulary is tough. It's not an easy vocabulary. When you do that, you find that it is very, repetitive. Very often some word is used. When we read, especially, good writing, we find that the same word is not repeated in a single paragraph or in a single article. Sometimes it is the same word comes in tomorrow's paper again. The same word comes in, you know, next week's article. This is a wonderful way which you can see in your chat box, that you underline the word, you find out the meaning, and then one thing you have to do is to use that word at least 20, 30 times in different context about whatever you are doing in that day. You must bring that word into it. Look at a word like plethora. Tough word, very tough word. Plethora means plenty, many, too many. So instead of using plenty or instead of using many, you want to impress everybody and you say that you have to, immediately use a word which is impressive. So you remove many, you remove plenty, and you say plethora, impressive. So whenever we have this, we become better. There are 290 videos, as I told you just now. Each video will help you to develop the foundation of English. That means your English will become better. Then you will not have problems of speaking and writing. Our problem of speaking and writing is only because of the language. You have no problem in your mother tongue. If they ask you to speak or write in your mother tongue, you don't have a problem because the language is familiar to you. Everybody who is on the channel, problem is with writing or speaking when it comes to English. So, what we need to do is we need to work on English, not only work on fluency or speaking. And that is why I'm doing this in the live classes. The live classes will help you to enhance your vocabulary. So, we have got suggestions from you that you mark the words which are difficult when you're reading a text, and you write down the meanings of those words or refer to the words and then use the words many times. If a single word you use 10, 20 times, you say that there are a plethora of ideas on this channel. So you are using, instead of saying plenty, you're using plethora. You say, I saw a plethora of flowers everywhere. You can say. Then we have another word, minuscule. Minuscule means small. It's only a big word for something which is very simple. There is an entire video on simple words and their tough counterpart. When you learn like that, not only watch the video and read the text, but practice them, then you become better.
I hope you have liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't done it. Press the bell icon so that you get notifications. Like and hype the video and share it as widely as you can. Join the channel as a member to attend all the live classes I conduct and also to get other benefits. Thank you and all the best.